Thank you so much, Femi, for the introduction. I am honored to be joined here by three ladies representing Africa. We have Florence coming in from Kenya, Gloria from Rwanda, and Janet from Uganda. As we know, numbers have been going up in child sexual violence. About 4 in 10 kids are being violated. And so, without further ado, we will pass it over to Florence first to tell us a little bit about her experience as a survivor advocate.
Thank you. In Kenya, there's a lot that is happening, and especially a lot is happening towards children and adolescent girls. And there's a lot of violations on, especially sexual violations. And what I really want to do in my country is to bring to zero statistics when it comes to childhood sexual violence, because I feel that children are the future, and when we are destroying children right now and nobody's talking about it, then we are destroying the future. Like in my country, there's no allocation for allocation on the budget for sexual violence, and each and every day one in every 4 children is going through sexual violence. You can imagine, when it comes to maybe 18 years from now, I wouldn't want a girl to go through what I went through. I want them to get healing, to get justice, to get reparation. I just want them to have a life, and a dignified life. So that's what I really want, and that's why I'm in the movement and pushing for my government, just to all of us to be zero tolerance when it comes to sexual violence on children. Yep.
Wow, thank you. Yes, zero tolerance. And as we say in the movement, we are brave so they can be safe. And you are the epitome of that for sure. Thank you, Florence. Now, over to you, Gloria. What kind of progress do you see being made in Rwanda around child sexual violence, and what change would you want to see?
Thank you so much. Rwanda is obviously putting a lot of effort to address child sexual violence through laws, policies, and authorities do not shy away from sanctioning offenders. Despite the efforts made by the government of Rwanda, child violence remains an obstacle. But Rwanda is having a lot of strategies in prevention of sexual child violence, working with very many stakeholders, NGOs, the faith organizations, and other stakeholders, by putting a lot of awareness campaigns in promoting the prevention of child sexual violence by introducing their laws, children to know their rights and how they should report. They're having an institute of Isange One Stop Center. This is an agency that deal with victims of sexual violence. They have a line, the toll-free call, to call every time you want, and they are working in the whole country. And the victims are, when they are there, they come to report, and they are being maintained in safe rooms for some days to take care of, to be given some treatments and counseling services free of charge, and it is really doing well. Also, Mutera Global Healing is focusing on prevention of the child sexual violence through healing, offering the psychological services, medical services, and also justice in encouraging the victims to report the perpetrators and be followed up for to be sanctioned or punished. So what I'm seeing to be worked on is, of course, what we are doing, or we are focusing to do with Mutera Global Healing. It is to continue the awareness in schools, clubs, debates, and in the community, teaching training the parents or the community to reintegrate the victims and encourage them to report their perpetrators, and also to speak out, and um, encouraging everyone to be part of to contribute anything that could help these children to be victims. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. So it sounds like the Rwandan government has done a lot on that, and there is more to be done, especially with cultural norms and changing how people respond and continue the conversation. Thank you, Gloria. That's incredible to hear. And last but definitely not least, Janet, I want to hear more about what's being done in Uganda, what progress, and what do you want to see change, especially your services with Torture Platform.
In Uganda, we really have a lot that is at stake. I would start by saying in 2020 alone, we had 14,000 registered cases of sexual violence. This is at the police level. However, look at the communities that are not coming up to report because of a lot of issues that are attached to being a victim or a survivor of sexual violence. And this is basically what I have seen in my work, in my line of work, and what we have had when we were speaking to other survivors as well. In Uganda, we have literally the best laws and policies in the books, but it's disappointing when you go out there, you're expecting that this is what I'm going to receive when I go to the health facility, this is what I'm going to receive when I go to the laws, but then the reality is not what is in the books. So basically, we are calling upon our government, we are calling upon the stakeholders that go back and look into your books, whatever was written into your books, and implement them. Let's practice what we preach. You see, when the politicians are coming, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, blah 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 blah. When they're in office, they're like, give me money and I do it. It's a total game change, and it's very, very disappointing, because if you look out there, it's like when we are talking, or when we are trying to fundraise out there in the international world, we are telling the realities of what we are facing, but then they are looking at the books and they are doubting exactly what you're speaking. But that is the reality. So as Torture Platform, we are much more pushing the prevention, healing, and advocacy in our activities, in our daily programs, because we believe prevention is better than cure. But if that has happened already, then please, we try to as much as we can to see that the survivors, that the victims are getting physical treatment, and as well as mental treatment to be able to overcome the traumas that come. These are deadly psychological issues that we face, and in most cases they are leading to somebody committing suicide in their communities, which is not what we want to see. Just like my colleague Florence has said, the children are our future. If we're not protecting the future of the nation, then where is our nation going to be in years to come? Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. What a great way to sum that up. Thank you all, ladies. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be amongst you all for all the work you're doing. I mean, it's going to take all of us, as we keep saying, we are the ones we've been waiting for, and you three are definitely the ones we've been waiting for. So calling everybody to be brave so our children, the future, can be safe. So with this, thank you so much for the work you do. Thank you for always showing up for our children. And together we can end sexual violence against children. So I will end it here and pass it back to Femi. And thank you all for being here with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.